Last lesson for today, and probably the most important lesson in your life, is how to deal with compound interest. Basically, this is money. This is how we deal with money and growing money and debt and all the things that the financial system uses. Now, this is a very simple explanation because there is actual formulas you can look up online that take this and expand it, but I'm going to try to keep it simple, okay? So, what is Y? Y is the money at the end. Basically, Y is the final amount. It's the final amount. So if you're waiting to invest 5, 10, 15 years, that's how much money you'll get for Y. A is the initial investment. Or the initial amount, okay? B is our multiplier, but B is where all the complicated things go in. So you're still going to use 100%, okay? It's still going to be 100%, but it's going to grow with compounded interest. So I'm going to put R over C for right now, okay? Because I have to tell you what compound interest is for it to work. And then X is how many times it's compounded. Okay, so please pay attention, look over this, watch this a few times, look up other videos, but I'm gonna try to keep this as simple as I can, all right? And I'm not gonna use the formulas you find online, even though you could find them and use them if you want. I'm gonna try to keep it more simple than that, okay? So let's start with this. Let's say you open up a savings account with $1,000 with a 5% interest rate, okay? That's compounded annually. So what that means is every year you're gonna get 5% interest back. How much money will you have after the account or in the account after 10 years? So your equation, you're trying to figure out how much money you'll have at the end of the 10 years. You're going to start with $1,000. Now, the B. Before I write it in, we have to figure that part out. It's 100%. That's 100% your money. They're going to give you 5% interest annually, every year. So you're going to add 5% to that. Now remember how I told you to turn this into a decimal? We're going to turn this into a decimal, move the decimal point twice, 1.05. 1.05. Now, how many times is this going to happen? How many times will you get 5% back? 10 times. Because every year, for 10 years, you're going to get interest back. And that's our equation. Okay? So then we'll go to our calculator, like always, and we'll plug in these numbers, all right? So we'll do, I like to start with these, 1.05, 1.05. If you're using your phone, that is. If you have the regular calculator that I'll show you, it'll be even better. To the 10th power times 1,000. So my calculator says this. I'm going to round that to right here because money stops at cents. So $1,628.89. So this is not money that you added. This is how much money they added to your account. So the bank added $628 with change to your $1,000, and that's how much money would be in your account after 10 years. Okay, and that's kind of how compound interest should work for you. It makes your money grow in the bank. So there's a reason to put it in the bank. It's not going to stay the same. It actually grows. Okay, now when you do this, you can use Desmos. If you go to Desmos, scientific calculator, I recommend you use this one because you can just type in the equation exactly. So you can do what I just did, the 1,000 times 1.05, and then hit this button, and you pick your exponent, 10, and there you go. So this is a good calculator to use if you don't like your phone or if you're not sure exactly how to work with your phone, okay? So that's what I recommend. Now, let's go back to the problems. There's three kinds of other compound interest. Now, annually is the easiest one. This is the easiest one, but there are other ones. So let's go over those three first. So the other one I'm talking about is semi-annually. So let's say you have a savings account of $5,000 with 5.4% interest compounded semi-annually for 8 years. Semi-annually means twice a year, 2 times a year. So what you're going to do to years is you're going to multiply this by 2, because you're not going to get compound interest 8 times, you're going to get it 16 times. Okay? Now, another thing. Because it's twice a year, they're going to split this up for that twice a year. So this is what they'll do. They'll take the 5.4 and split it in half. So you'll get one half, let's say in June, and you'll get the other half in December. So you would take 5.4 divided by 2, and you would get 2.7 interest. So this would be your new interest rate in the problem. So these are things you have to do before you go to your formula. How much interest? Okay, twice a year. So I'm going to get it 16 times, but you're not going to get 5.4 16 times. You're going to get 2.7 16 times. Okay, now we set up our equation. Y equals 5,000 times. Remember what we have to do this? Add your percent. Add the percent to 100 to the x power, not 8, 16. So you do that. Let me get the calculator. 5,000, 1.27, 16 times. The money would be 7,657.68 cents. I rounded up. Okay, and that's it. That's how you do it. So that's